Hello and welcome back to Songs of Syx. As you can see, we're in the new character sheets. We have a ton of stuff to go over, but this has been given to us by Craster. He is a new dev on the dev team, and he's also the one responsible for all of the beautiful changes coming to the designs for characters and the UI, all kinds of cool stuff. So go check out the mod. I'm going to put a link in the description if I remember. You can get this mod right now, put it on your build. Well, currently you'd have to build a new city, but you can still play with it as it is. And this is going to be how characters look later on in the game. So here we are. We're going to go over each one. I have 10 of each different race. I spent a little bit of time trying to get each one. I couldn't get the Argonash, obviously, and Cantors. And I am playing in developer mode. In case people are questioning, I do have that open. I was testing something. Special thank you to Jake for giving me access to V66. Early, before anyone, he was kind enough to give me an example of the city, or the build, I should say, not the city, but I was able to test a city and kind of see what's coming. And good lord, there's a lot. The UI has changed. All of the designs for everything have changed, so all of this has changed. Law has changed, all kinds of cool stuff. So we're going to immediately start out with the shapes of these characters. You can see the Amians have a new design. They have much broader shoulders, and the Cronians here have some mutton chops. Jake's design here was to have them have mutton chops, and Craster went and put them in there. And you can see we're going to cover each one. I'll hover over their houses first so you can kind of get a brief look of what they look like. They're all covered in dirt and stuff, but you can see like Alora here has a new look. This is how the Talapis look now. I don't have an example of how they looked before, but they had much more orange hair, not reddish hair like this. They're much more ginger looking now. These are closer to how their hair used to be, but it used to be like triangular heads and very boring, bland features. Now they have very unique feminine features, very good looking, and they have different designs in their hairs, bands, all kinds of stuff. And that's why I wanted to get at least 10 to show you guys. They have quite some different faces here. So we're going to click on this guy here, or cover over this house. We have the Ketonian house. So each house is kind of organized how they would like to be next to each other. So Cronians are next to Talapi, humans are next to Dundarians, the Cronians are in between them so they don't interact and there's no fighting. So far, so good. Nobody's had any problems. We can see that the Ketonians have a much more pig-like, kind of hobbity look. Look at this guy. He's got such a derpy little face on, but he looks so good. So good. And then we've got this guy. They've got a lot more gems and jewelry to kind of show off the fact that they like the finer things in life. I think we just looked at this guy, Tara. And the women and the men have a different color to them. So from my understanding, the women should have a little bit more pink to them. They're obviously not very clean right now, but the men should be a little lighter and have more mutton chops features and stuff like that. Oh my god. Really gotta fix my mouse. Whenever it shoots back like that, that's just my mouse there. And here we are, we're at the humans. This is the first example of any change that we had. You can see they have these unique beards and blonde / brunette, ginger kind of looks. They've got quite a different selection of faces there. And of course I have no examples inside their house to actually look at. So we're going to try to find one here. For some reason, they are really hard to find. Here's one. Honorius. Look at that beard. And I wish that they would clean their dirty, stinky bodies. That's something I want to talk to Jake about. I feel like that if they have that level of dirt on them, they should really put that as their priority, to go clean. They have a well right here. There's plenty of services. They still choose to be dirty. Here we have the Dundarians. The Dundarians definitely got one of the better glow-ups. Look at them. They look so much more like what they should be. And a lot of people consider them to be dwarfs. They are not dwarfs. They are actually like 8-foot tall giants, massive men who are huge. They're kind of like Nords from Skyrim. They're not dwarves, they're Nords. So keep that in mind when you see them, that they are a huge man. They're not short little guys. And I've seen a few people consider them to be that, and I was mistaken to do that as well. Here we have a Garthimi. Look how good that bug looks. So we're going to head on over to the other half of the city. Here. And we have our Fisher Zone. We have the Amevia house. The Amevians have this new look to them, where they seem to have very large shoulders. I don't know if that's part of they have a carapace or what, but they have very large, big old shoulders, and their faces are still the same because Craster, from my understanding, was the person who created those faces. So he only edited what he had already currently had. And you can see, I can't find any more Amevians really. Oh, there's one. They have some really unique facial paintings and different tribal markings. And then we have our last but not least, the Garthimis. Let's see if we can't find one. Here they are. They just look more bug-like. They have these big old bug eyes, their little mandibles. They have carapace, and then you can see their little connectors. They seem to have more of a thorax type deal. They have like a bigger shoulder plate kind of thing going on. And they have all kinds of different markings, claws, paints, all kinds of cool stuff. It is amazing how much detail he can put into these characters, and I'm excited for it. Look at this guy, Ivan Cronian. You can see these guys are much cleaner because they live next to water, and they clean themselves off. This is a good example of a human here. Very stout faces, very, very serious looking guys. The Dundarians always look a little jovial and happy. The humans are the most serious looking by far. And then Talapis, all females. So that's what we've got to work with. You can go get the mod yourself. I recommend it. It is amazing. I'm probably going to start playing all my series with it until it is a part of the game, and then I no longer need to put it as a mod. But just look at how good their face. Look how jacked that Ketonian is, man. Good lord. And that's a woman, mind you. That's a woman. Sure, because she doesn't have any mutton chops. Regardless, I also think I noticed they might have different tusks. Let's see. Yeah, the men have much bigger tusks than the women. Good detail there, good detail. Look at that. You can see it kind of small on there, but like Yoshitsuno or Sune there has big old tusks. Tara Davila has small tusks. Grimvaldra, etc., etc. But this is just one other thing I wanted to mention. Look at how well I've managed to populate this city. We have 74 days of food with only 60 guys. They are working really well together. So I had in the past said multi-race cities are harder. I think that in reality they are actually significantly more useful and better. Because considering how much food and product we have, all of our guys in here should be like, yeah, Dundarians. This guy here, I don't know why he's here. That's something I could work on, but for example, all of the Garthimis should be doing clay mining and fishing. All of the Dundarians in the city should be baking and working at the carpenter. Every single one of these Cronians should be working in here or as a janitor or something along those lines. So that's kind of how the city seems to work best, and we have food out of like every corner of the map. There's so much food coming in. I constantly am trying to find more storage space for food, and it's all rotting away. So multi-race cities are definitely an underrated thing, and I have to explore a little bit more and kind of see how far I can go. I may keep this city going since I already have the mod on and I've built something unique. Either way, if you guys would like to see more, be sure to leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.